And due to circumstances beyond our control, we have returned on a Monday, 8th day of January 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us. Huge changes in the weather are coming up. We've had this long stretch of very mild temperatures. We've now gone 13 days in a row with our afternoon high above normal, oftentimes well above normal. That's going to change. Still going to be pretty mild for the next couple of days. Big wind on Tuesday, big time snow in the mountain passes. Stevens is going to get hammered, so is I-90. There's a blizzard warning for the mountain passes all the way through Wednesday. And then we're going to get really, really cold. By far the coldest temperatures of the year, below zero overnight lows by the weekend. There is a lot of weather to talk about. Some people just talk about the weather, but here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we really talk about the weather. We'll have that for you. Plus your news headlines. Seahawks, as you know by now, are not going to go to the playoffs. They finished this season with the exact same record as last year. Last year they made it to the playoffs. Ain't going to be the case this year, but of course, this is what we're talking about. The W, the Natty. Huskies, Wolverines National Championship tonight, 4:30 on the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. Don't bug me, don't call me, don't email me, don't text me, leave me alone. From 4:30 on down the line, we'll see exactly what kind of mood I'll be in tomorrow. And at the back half of the program, Alan Walker, Executive Director of the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council. We caught up with Alan late last week. As you know, they have purchased the old C&O nursery property on North Wenatchee Avenue, and they're in the gradual process of moving in, but they have some infrastructure things they need to take care of. So we visited with Alan, got caught up. You'll be very pleased with what they've been able to do with that facility, which is going to be their home for the foreseeable future. So Alan Walker from the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council will be joining me, and a brand new opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. And at 2 minutes after the hour, let's go around the valley. It is 27 degrees, by the way, in the Wenatchee Valley. The Wenatchee Heights camera begins our festivities, always does when it's available to us. For the record, Saturday's high 43, very mild. Our normal high is 32. Yesterday we hit 41. That is 13 days in a row with our high temp above normal. We'll be close to normal today. It'll be a lot cooler. It'll be about 10 degrees cooler today. Then it's going to get warm again tomorrow, and it's going to stay warm, and then it's going to get cold. And we have a chance of an inch or two here in the Wenatchee Valley of snow. Oh, and one more thing. Sunrise this morning, 7:47. Finally getting a little bit earlier. Sun will set tonight at 4:29. That's 8 hours and 40 minutes of daylight. Let's check out the Omi Garden camera. Basically, we're flipping it around the other direction, going 180 degrees and going back the other way to what we call the Omi Garden camera. Good morning to your morning commuters on the Otobashian Bridge. Not a lot to talk about there. And the Stamilk Complex and on the north side of town, where the mighty Wenatchee enters the even mightier Columbia River. Always great to check in with our friends in Cashmere. It looks something like this from the top of Hay Canyon. Way off in the distance, you can kind of see the sun right at dawn's earliest light as they get going, and the morning commute. Good morning to Cashmere from high atop Hay Canyon. When we checked in with that camera on Friday, it was snowing lightly, but that camera is, as you might imagine, up there a ways elevation, as is the Rock Island camera. That's up there a ways. We say good morning to Rock Island, to Malaga, the Columbia River, to Mission Ridge, to Stamilt, and everybody else in that area who may be watching. So we do have a lot of weather to talk about. Let's do this in order. First of all, if you're driving into the Cascades, either direction, for the next 3 days, it is going to get ugly. They had to shut down Stevens over the weekend for a couple hours. They couldn't keep up with it. Same deal with I-90. Stevens Pass, starting tonight and going all the way through Wednesday night, is going to get anywhere from 26 to 48 inches of snow on Stevens, close to that on I-90. Blue, it's going to get a couple of feet of snow. They have a blizzard warning for the Cascades, also the Blue Mountains down there in the southeast corner of the state, but they're just going to get pummeled by snow, heavy, consistent snow for a good 48 to 56 hours in the Cascades. Again, Stevens, 26 at a minimum, maybe closer to 40 to 42, up to 48 inches of snow expected on Stevens Pass between tonight and Wednesday night, and all the passes are going to get hampered. This blizzard warning through Wednesday night. Snowfall totals, take a look at this. Keeping a close eye on that. As you can see here in the Wenatchee Valley, could get a couple of inches of snow, could be mixing with rain. We have cold air now, then we're going to have warm air, then we're going to have cold air, then we're going to have really cold air. A lot of it depends on exactly how much moisture and precipitation is spit out in the mountain passes before it works its way down here to the Wenatchee Valley. So that is your snowfall totals through Wednesday for the viewing area. And as you can see, wintry mix is possible for the Wenatchee Valley. We're going to warm right back up again tomorrow. So we're looking at rain. But why are we going to warm up? Check this out. Your peak wind gusts on Tuesday. In fact, we have a wind advisory in effect from noon Tuesday to 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. It's going to be very, very windy. Sustained winds 30 miles an hour, gusts close to 50 miles an hour, and that's for the Wenatchee Valley. Other locations are going to get even more wind. It's going to be very, very windy on Tuesday, especially Tuesday afternoon all the way through Tuesday night before it finally peters out early in the morning on Wednesday. Get ready for some very strong winds, and my guess, some power outages, considering especially those people who live in the higher elevations are going to get both snow, a lot of it, and wind. Could be a long Tuesday for folks who live in those areas. Without further ado, from the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. 32 today with a little bit of light snow this morning. It could mix with rain, very little accumulation, less than an inch, with a high today of 32 degrees. We're at 27 right now. Snow level tonight rises up to 2,800 feet. The temperature isn't going to change much, just go down a couple of degrees. Again, a little bit of light snow, less than an inch possible tonight. And then we warm way back up. We're talking about rain, not snow. The snow level on Tuesday, right about 2,000 feet, and a lot of wind, big time wind. Winds will start out about 20 to 25 miles an hour. It'll be 30 to 35 miles an hour in the afternoon. And at the peak of this wind on Tuesday, gusts above 50. And that's for the Wenatchee Valley. There are other locations in our viewing area that are susceptible to winds, and they could be seeing gusts above 60. I'm talking about you, Waterville, and a few other places as well. Tuesday night, here we go. Snow level is going to go all the way down to 800 feet. How much snow? Yeah, it's going to... We don't know yet. It depends, again, on how much precipitation falls in the passes on Tuesday night. Still windy Tuesday night. Gusts above 40 all the way through Tuesday night before we finally calm down Wednesday. Wednesday, we catch a break. 37 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine, no precipitation, and then the Arctic air begins to seep down Wednesday night. And look at what we're looking at for Thursday. Chance of snow, good chance of snow. How much? Don't know yet. We'll have a better idea on tomorrow about how much snow we're going to get on Thursday. And then it's going to get cold. Overnight low Thursday night, 8. High on Friday, 13. -2. The overnight low Friday night into Saturday, and it's going to be a very cold weekend. Here comes winter. Took a long time, about a month, but it's coming. All right, that's your forecast. 8 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break, and then we'll have the news for you. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Monday edition on the NCW Life Channel.
Wenatchee, get ready for an electric night of action. See the feud between Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre continue as they collide for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes takes on Shinsuke Nakamura in an epic match. Plus, don't miss Bianca Belair and Io Sky in action.
This, my friends, is must-see.
It's WWE Super Show, live in Wenatchee, January 7th. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maids cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
27 degrees here in the big city. Not going to get much warmer than that, right around 32. Some light snow, most of it confined to the morning hours. Blizzard conditions in the Cascades, very windy on Tuesday and downright cold by the weekend. It's 11 minutes after the hour. An East Wenatchee man who continued to sell methamphetamine even while he was under the jurisdiction of the Department of Corrections was sentenced Thursday to 5 years in prison. 60-year-old Nicholas Dwayne Hayes has 4 prior felony convictions, 3 of them for drug offenses. Back in 2021, Hayes was still on community custody for a 2017 conviction when the Columbia River Drug Task Force found about 100 grams of meth. They also found some heroin and fentanyl in his possession. A jury found him guilty at his September trial on 3 drug distribution charges. On Tuesday, we told you about that East Wenatchee traffic stop that turned up to, well, they found some pills, fentanyl, about 160 tablets. Well, on Thursday, the driver of that vehicle was charged in Douglas County Superior Court. 45-year-old Tina Mackey Brown of Quincy. She faces 2 counts of drug possession with intent to deliver. East Wenatchee police say when they pulled her car over back on December 29th for a broken brake light, she was carrying the fentanyl tablets plus about 8 grams of methamphetamine. Mackey Brown is due to be arraigned, by the way, on Thursday of this week. A shop building was destroyed early Friday morning in a fire near Orondo. We're talking early Friday morning. According to Fire Chief Jim Oatley, there were no injuries in this fire, which was reported about 3:30 on Friday morning, but smoke and the threat from overhead power lines led responders to close Highway 2 near milepost 136 for about an hour. The structure along the roadside was fully engulfed when fire crews arrived, and firefighters saved 2 RVs that were parked nearby. Oatley says there were no hydrants in the area, so they had to haul in about 17,000 gallons of water to put the fire out. The cause is under investigation. A Manson woman is off to jail, 6 months in jail, convicted of DUI in a crash in Manson that injured her passenger. 46-year-old Rebecca Bullington was driving a black Ford Fusion when she struck a guardrail on Boyd Road in Manson. This happened last May, and that caused a large laceration to her female passenger's arm. Burlington had a blood alcohol level of 0.2%. That's well over the 0.08%. That is the legal limit for intoxication. She pled guilty Wednesday in Chelan County Superior Court to 1 charge of vehicular assault. A new YMCA program is going to have some pretty lofty goals. They want to teach every kid in the Wenatchee Valley who goes to public schools, they want to teach them all how to swim. In a partnership with both the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts, Every Kid Swims is designed to ensure that Wenatchee kids are water safe by the time they get to 5th grade. In a press release, the district cites Center of Disease Control and Prevention data that says drowning is the leading cause of death for children 1 to 4 and the second leading cause of unintentional injury death for children age 5 to 14. The program will not begin, of course, until the YMCA takes over their new facility. When the Chelan County PUD moves out, they got to build it first. Once it's complete, the 2 districts will bus 4th or 5th graders to the new YMCA, where the children will be taught to water safety basics and advance their swimming skills. And the executive director of the America Performing Arts Center, J. Woody Lotz, has announced that he is leaving. He's going to move back to his home state in Arizona, wants to be closer to his family. He's been running the PAC since 2021. Lotz instrumental in reopening the PAC for concerts and shows after the COVID-19 pandemic. Steve Robinson, the president of the PAC's board of directors, says a comprehensive search will be launched soon for his successor. Best of luck to Woody. I always enjoyed talking to him on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. All right, that's the news. At 1:15. To keep you informed, we'll have the news for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10. And a programming reminder, tonight at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. It is the Getting to Know You speeches from the candidates who want to be part of the Apple Blossom Royal Court. That'll be on our Facebook page, streaming on our Facebook page, beginning at 5:30 tonight. 5:30 tonight. You can go in person or you can watch it on our Facebook page. In the meantime, our news will be on at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10 on television. If that doesn't work for you, our news will be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and our app. Download our app. You'll be glad you did. And if something out there warrants our attention, you send us an email, by golly, news@ncwlife.com, or get the app. Pick up your phone, put it on that little bizarre little thing there. I forgot what they call those. Anyway, QR code, that's it. So get our app. We're darn proud of it, all right? There you go. Going to take a break. When we come back, sports. Guess what is our lead sports story today? Has something to do with this shirt I'm wearing. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. At Coldwell Banker, their people, their company are cut from a different cloth. They see, hear, sense, and feel things that other people don't. They have a unique appreciation for the thing called home. Because of this dedication, Coldwell Banker has thrived for over a century. This is why they are ranked #1 on Agent Trust. Coldwell Banker. They do real estate with higher standards and have been guiding people home since 1906.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. Oh. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
"18 minutes after the hour, here we go, folks. The Natty, the college football playoff national championship game. Undefeated, #1 Michigan, undefeated, #2 Washington. 4:30 kickoff, NRG Stadium in Houston. The game broadcast on ESPN. Who'd have thunk? Back in August, the Huskies would be undefeated and playing for the national championship, but by golly, they are. The last college football championship in the current format. Of course, 12 teams will make the playoffs beginning next year. Speaking of making the playoffs, Seahawks didn't. Seahawks ended their season on a winning note, but it wasn't enough for a playoff berth. The Packers knocking out the Bears yesterday afternoon. That did them in. Matt Prater missing a couple of field goals. Geno Smith's touchdown pass and subsequent two-point conversion led the Seahawks to a 21-20 win over the Cardinals down in Arizona. But at the same time, the Packers earning the final wild card berth in the NFC with a 17-9 victory over the Bears. Pete Carroll addressing the press afterwards.
We really had one thing we could get done today, and that was come out and win this football game, regardless of what happened in any place else. And I'm so proud of the way this happened, because you know me, I like them when they finish like this, and as hard as it could possibly get all the way down to the nub. It took another 2-minute drive, and it took a stop, and to get it done. But the way these guys hung and how tough they were, and how they just did not give up on the chance to go. Everybody wanted to go for 2. That was the easiest decision ever. I just thought it was a really impressive finish for us under the circumstances that we had. And, could we win 2 games today? Well, we would try to win 2 games today, but we only had 1 shot. So I thought it was a stellar effort across the board to get that done. And these guys are playing good, too, and you can see it. You can see why. They got good players. So, I don't know how to put it all in a capsule here other than to say that I love this team. And I love the way that these guys play. And I've told you that for such a long time, that they continue to keep coming back. They continue to keep believing. They stick to the essence of what we're trying to get done. If you could have heard Locke talk to him in pregame and before we went out, and his words of wisdom about hanging together and playing for one another, and it's the guy next to you, and that he was going to call on everybody just like he wants us to call on him, and all of the principles that are so powerful for a team. Locke was on it, and then here he did it again. We've been coming here for years. I think we've played 16 times here since I've been in Seattle, and I don't know. Locke must have made a winning touchdown in most of those catch, and he made a great play today to put us out there and to give us the chance. And then he also capped it off with a great throw by G, but also a great finish on the 2-minute play on the back of the end zone. Gino found him and hit him, and to give us a chance to win the game. So. He's my hero. I mean, he's just my hero. He's just been such a great player for so long, and he continues to go unrecognized, probably around the world here. But it doesn't matter. We know how good he is, and what a great contribution he's made to this program. So,
I thought I was Pete's hero. Well, I guess you learned something. Okay, the NFC playoff is set now, as you well know. The 49ers clinching the #1 seed. They will not play next weekend. Cowboys come in at #2. Lions the 3rd. Of course, the Lions won their division. They're going for the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Buccaneers the #4 seed, and the Eagles, the Rams, and the Packers get that final wild card spot. So your schedule, for those of you who want to watch in the AFC, the #1 seed is Baltimore, followed by Buffalo, who won last night. Pittsburgh will be the #7 seed, so it'll be Buffalo and Pittsburgh. The Chiefs will take on Miami. That game, by the way, the Chiefs in Miami, I believe, is only available on Peacock. If you want to watch it next weekend, you got to pay for it. And Houston will take on Cleveland in what they call the Super Wild Card round. And also over the weekend, it'll be Dallas taking on Green Bay. It is Detroit hosting the Rams, and Tampa Bay, who made the playoffs because somebody has to from their division, will take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, yeah. The Wild Card round, again, this weekend. 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and a Monday night game. Then they whittle it down to the divisional round, the conference championships, and Super Bowl 58, which will be held at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl here in Wenatchee on Sunday, February 11th. The Wenatchee Wild scored 5 straight goals. Also got a hat trick from Kenta Isogai in a 6-3 win over the Kelowna Rockets Saturday night at the Town Toyota Center. Here are your highlights.
Wood stretches it through. Isogai brings it in. 2-on-1. Across. One-timer. They score! Kenta Isogai! Short-handed. Wild. Up top. 1-0. Get there. Graham Sward flying in and brings it up the right wing. Drops it back at his own blue line. Wood passes left wing. Isogai crisscrossing over the blue line and into the Kelowna zone. Looks to play it out front all the way through. Friesen finds it near corner. Isogai cycles it up top for Sward. Sward gives that one a ride. Save made. Second chance. They score! Miles Cooper! 2-1 Wenatchee. And the Wild answer back with another one on special teams. Backspin, comes back to the near hash mark, and walking Kenta Isogai into the wall. Isogai with 1 goal so far on the night. Wrist shot running wide. Chance in transition from Gabriel Stutz. Wild get this one back. Low slot. Sward gets it behind the net. Banks it off the skates of Isogai. Coming back to it. 1 on the goalie. If he stay ahead, he sneaks it through and scores! Kenta Isogai. Fluker walking into a shot, gives that one a rip, and it's knocked aside. Middle step with a block. McCaggerty gets the rebound. Tries to send it out front. No dice. Fluker, one-timer more. He scores just as time expires on the Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning power play. As Crystal brings it over the blue line, looking to grind into a forehand pass. Got left behind in front of the net. Prasovsky lost it with a stick under his skates as well. Up the right wing, Wood puts it over the blue line. Friesen pressuring, and the clearing attempt stolen back by Isogai. Isogai near hash mark. Whirls it around Price, gets to the front of the net. No! He gives it to Friesen, and he scores! 5-1 Wenatchee. It's freezing with a hot hand this time. Coming in at 14-9 on the year, 885 save percentage. Chance from Persofsky, right point, got that one blocked coming through the right wing circle. Isogai tries to grab it back. Rashadi scores! Top corner! Throw those hits! It's 6-1. Behind the net, stapled to the end boards, is Landon Young. 8:45 left in the third, 50 seconds left on the power play time for Kelowna. Coming through center is Price. Fades it off right wing. Bottom of the face-off circle, sent to the net, and they score. A backdoor play. Hauser, there's no way he could have gotten across in time to stop that one up for a heavy hit in front of the scorer's bench. Up the right wing, in over the line is Cicek. Pivoted back near corner or far corner for Goysick. Goysick plays it off the end boards, comes back to it himself. Iginla fires it on. It's in the top of the net. He scores. In and out that quick. Saw the net ripple. No doubt about it. It's a good goal. It's 6-3.
Wild have the rest of the week off. As a matter of fact, they're still practicing, of course. They got Everett, the Silvertips, coming to town Sunday at 4 o'clock. All right, you want scores? I got scores, a whole raft of them. Men's college basketball on Saturday. Gonzaga remains undefeated in conference play. They beat San Diego in the Kennel, 101-84. Ducks got the better of Washington State in men's college basketball. Washington, however, did knock off the Oregon State Beavers. In women's college basketball yesterday, they went to overtime, but Cal nipped the Cougars, and Stanford knocked off Washington 71-59. All right, back to Friday we go. In prep girls basketball, Eastmont rolled over Sunnyside. Davis, that's not a misprint, beat the Wenatchee Panthers in a game we televised here 80-19. Moses Lake knocked off Eisenhower in girls basketball on Friday. It was Ellensburg over Ephrata. Chelan knocks off Cascade, and Quincy beat Omak in Caribou Trail League play. Among the smaller schools, Okanagan defeated Liberty out of Spangle. It is Tenasket over Liberty Bell in girls basketball on Friday night, and Pateris beat Valley Christian 62-39. Boys basketball on Friday, Sunnyside knocked off Eastmont 63-56. Davis rolled over Wenatchee 84-27. Eisenhower got by Moses Lake 68-65. It was Ephrata over Ellensburg 55-53. Quincy over Omak 60-49. Chelan beat Cascade in a big way 62-26. All right, on what do we have next on our, the smaller schools. Liberty Spangle beat Okanagan, Lake Roosevelt over Bridgeport, Liberty Bell over Tenasket, and Riverside Christian defeated Waterville, Mansfield, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. To Saturday we go. In prep girls basketball, Eastmont won. They knocked off Eisenhower 68-34. Sela beat Wenatchee in a non-league game. It was West Valley over Moses Lake. Davis defeated Sunnyside. Ephrata over Othello, and Ellensburg defeated East Valley. Girls prep basketball on Saturday. The smaller schools, Manson over Soap Lake. It was Quincy over Liberty Bell. Tenasket rolled over Omak. And that is not a misprint, people. I triple-checked. In girls basketball on Saturday, I should say, Okanagan 92, Orville 2. And Antioch beat Riverside Christian 71-11. Prep boys basketball Saturday, the bigger schools, Big 9 play. Eastmont defeated Eisenhower. West Valley over Moses Lake. The Panthers didn't play. Sunnyside upsetting Davis 71-47. It was Ephrata over Othello, and East Valley defeated Ellensburg. And in prep boys basketball on Saturday, the smaller schools, Omak over Tenasket. Okanagan defeated Orville. Moses Lake Christian over Sunnyside Christian, and Riverside Christian over Antioch. Whew. There will be a test later on, and those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 8th day of January. If you want to, today, for your obscure holiday, if you're in the mood to celebrate it, you can celebrate Earth's Rotation Day. I checked this morning. It's still rotating. It's National Argyle Day, National Bubble Bath Day, National English Toffee Day, National Winter Skin Relief Day when it gets really cold and really dry. A lot of people have a hard time keeping their skin healthy this time of the year. It's Show and Tell at Work Day. It's National Gluten-Free Day. But no, today we celebrate Clean Off Your Damn Desk Day. And I need to clean off my desk here at the office. My desk at home is immaculate. It's also big. My desk at work, I could probably clean it off a little bit. I got crap on there. I don't need it anymore. National Clean Off Your Desk Day. How many desks are purchased each year by U.S. companies? You want to take a quick guess? About 3 million desks our purchase each year. In fact, there will be a desk delivered to us later on today. 4 desks were made from the wood of the HMS Resolute. One of those is the famous desk that is in the Oval Office of the White House that almost every president has used over the last 100 years. Using a standing desk, or at least having the option of standing up when you work, is good for you. It helps memory retention and other things. When Jefferson Robbins sat across from me, he used a standing desk, and now he's our news director, and he uses a sitting desk. I wonder how his memory retention is. A standing desk also burns extra calories. Not much, but it does burn some calories. What benefits of having a clean desk? You can find things. That helps. By finding things, it also keeps you from losing things. That also makes perfect sense. It presents a positive image to your coworkers if you have a nice, clean, organized desk. Thinking of a couple of coworkers right now. Who knows, you may even get a raise. If the person in charge of your salary walks by your desk and notices how clean and efficient it is, maybe they'll notice. Maybe I really should clean my damn desk. Clean your desk day to day if you got nothing else better to do. I'm busy, 31 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Article 2, Section 3, Clause 1 of the United States Constitution, and I'm quoting now, he shall, from time to time, give to Congress information of the state of the Union and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and expedient. In other words, the State of the Union address, and the very first one ever, was delivered by our very first president, George Washington, in person to a joint session of Congress on January the 8th, 1790. He delivered it in person. His successor, John Adams, delivered his State of the Union speech in person to Congress. Their third president, Thomas Jefferson, was a notoriously poor public speaker, but he was a great writer, so he submitted his State of the Union address in writing to Congress. And every president after Thomas Jefferson did that until Woodrow Wilson, who decided to go ahead and deliver it orally again, and now they pretty much all do. And it was Lyndon Johnson who made it a prime time event back in the mid-1960s. Every member of Congress can bring one guest to the State of the Union address. The Speaker of the House gets to bring 24 guests. The President gets to bring 24 guests. And the congressmen who bother to show up, it's first come, first serve. A lot of them like to get as close as they can to the center aisle so they can shake the President's hand as he walks down the aisle. Of course, reserved seating for the Cabinet, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the Supreme Court of the United States. After Gabby Giffords was shot in Tucson, Representative Gabby Giffords, Mark Udall of Colorado, said, why don't we all, don't worry about sitting by party affiliation, why don't we all just sit together as one joint session of Congress? And they did that. Democrats sitting next to Republicans as a show of unity. They did that back in 2011. They don't do that anymore. State of the Union, first one on the state, 234 years ago today. 209 years ago today, during the War of 1812, but the battle was actually in 1815. 209 years ago today, Andrew Jackson leads American troops to defeat the British in the Battle of New Orleans. The Battle of New Orleans. In 1815, we won. The war was over, though. The Treaty of Ghent was signed on Christmas Eve of the year before. Only the two armies, the British and the American Army, they weren't told about it. So the war was over, and then we had one more battle. It's happened before. The Battle of New Orleans, which made Andrew Jackson a national hero on this date in 1815. And 189 years ago today, this is absolutely true. There's the United States Treasury, by the way. January 8th, 1835, the United States was absolutely free of all debt for the first and only time in its history. The United States, zero debt. Andrew Jackson actually threw a party. On January 8th, 1835, the national debt is nothing for the only time in this nation's history. I checked this morning. As of 5 o'clock, our national debt is $34,017,761,300,560.61. So what you see there is the Treasury of the United States, a great big building in our nation's capital with nothing in it. And at 35 minutes after the hour, birthdays. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, would have been 89 years old today. Elvis Aaron Presley, one of the most significant cultural figures in this country's history. Elvis is gone. The music lives on. Elvis Presley. Stephen Hawking One of those really, really few, maybe this says something about American culture. This was one of the smartest people to ever live, and he became a celebrity. Now, there's lots of really, 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 really smart people who don't become celebrities, but Stephen Hawking certainly did. He and I debated quantum mechanics on a number of occasions. He won. He was born in state in 1842. We lost him a couple of years ago. One more heavenly birthday, David Bowie, born on this date in 1947. We lost David, of course, at the age of 69 in 2016. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And finally, our supreme leader himself, Kim Jong-un. How old is he? It depends who you talk to. Now, according to North Korea, he was born on this date in 1982, which would make him 42 years old. According to South Korea, he was born on January 8th, 1983, which would make him 41 years old. According to American records, he was born on January 8th, 1984, which would make him 40 years old. And my favorite of all, he went to school in Switzerland at a private boarding school, and they say he was born on July 9th, which means it's not even his birthday. Happy birthday to Kim Jong-un. I wonder what he's going to do today. All right, special thanks to Alpine Air. They're our platinum sponsor here on the NCW Life channel. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They're good folks, and thanks for being a platinum sponsor here on the NCW Life channel. Still to come, my conversation with Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Going to get an update from their brand new campus on North Wenatchee Avenue, and a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour. When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, owner at Springwater Insurance Group. And did you know that you can change your plans more than once with no health questions asked of you? Now, are you paying more than $149 per month? Let's consider changing that same plan, but at a lower monthly premium. So give us a call and we can answer all your questions with no obligation to change your coverage. Springwater Insurance agents are here to answer all your Medicare questions. Call us at 509-888-2600.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my daughter, son-in-law, and grandchild Luca were coming over for dinner the other night. And I was going to cook salmon, so the day before they came, I told Luca, I said, we're having salmon. And Luca looked at me and he said, I'm allergic to salmon. Well, of course, meaning that he doesn't like salmon. Well, doggone it, in my day, the way I was raised, no one cared whether or not you liked something. You ate what was put in front of you, and you either ate it or you went hungry. Nobody put up with your culinary likes or dislikes. So remembering what I've been taught, I have, of course, made the kid some Italian sausage, which I know he loves. Hey, I'm his grandfather. I'm not his warden. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Mount Stewart Physical Therapy is all new. New staff, new therapists, and a fabulous new chiropractor. That's right, you do not need to drive to Wenatchee or Kashmir for your care. Come see Dr. Zolman, DC. No referral needed for most insurances. Open your auto and work injury claims with us, or fax your post-op and Medicare therapy prescriptions to us right here in town. We offer covered pelvic floor services. We are premium health care for the Upper Valley. Improve your quality of life today. Mount Stewart Integrative Therapy and Chiropractic.
Welcome back to the program. We make a point to periodically visit with Alan Walker, our good buddy, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. They had a whiz-bang 2023 with the new facility that we're standing out in front of, kind of between gigs right now, Alan, because your offices are still on Lewis Street, but most of the services that you folks are providing those who need your services have moved out here to the old C&O. We visited with you, I believe, late last summer.
Right.
So before we get into that, just a quick little 2023 in review. My guess is your busiest ever. We talked about how busy you were during COVID, and you were thinking maybe that'll taper off when life gets back to normal. It didn't, did it?
It did not taper off. We saw record numbers in 2023, and then you kind of compound that with this little project here. So for some of us, it was even busier that year in 2023, and it's going to roll into 24. Here we are.
You have a fantastic staff. Can it sometimes be a little overwhelming with everything that's on your plate, because it doesn't, you don't have quiet days or days where it's kind of slow. Every day is go, go, go.
Every day is go, go, go. I never wake up thinking about what am I going to do today? You know, that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen for any of our staff. They're just fantastic people, and they truly care. We had a donor call yesterday and just reiterated that to us, that, you know, he said, you guys, you're the go-to for us, and we just appreciate what your staff are doing for our community and how they're helping out, and we just want to show our appreciation, and that was great.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember, if memory serves me, that a number of the people who were clients of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, through no fault of their own, are now working here because it's part of the deal. They just, you know, this is, you done me good when I needed you, and so I'm going to help you guys out.
Absolutely. We do that. We love to hire people that have been a part of our programs. They come in and understand us. They get us right off the bat. And AmeriCorps members too. We just recently hired last month, about 3 weeks ago, an AmeriCorps member that served a couple years with us and was gone for about a year, and now he's on staff.
That's a great feeder program, isn't it, AmeriCorps?
It really is. We have, I think, 4 or 5 staff members that have been previous AmeriCorps members. Yeah.
And I mean, kudos to these folks. Here's the deal. You're going to travel someplace you've never been to before. We're not going to pay you much money.
Yeah.
And it's difficult and somewhat draining work, and yet they have no problems coming on board.
Coming on board, yeah. They seem to like us. I don't know why, but they do.
Yes. I think it's you, Alan.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Can you give me some hard numbers on 2023? The amount of food that you handed out and various other, how many clients did you serve? Are those numbers available at the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I can certainly give you client numbers. The number of people that we served was just a little over 14,700. It was 14,000, just over 14,700, which was up about 3,000 over 2022. So that's why I say 2023 was an even busier year for us. The food distribution side is certainly a big part of that. I think about 8,000 or 9,000 of that total were people seeking food assistance.
When you go before your board of directors, and there is a board of directors that oversees the entire operation, do you have to say this is the way it's going to be now? We're not going to plateau. The valley's going to continue to grow, but we're still going to have some issues that we're going to have to deal with?
We do, and I think that's why the board was behind this project. 3 years ago, we started looking for a larger facility, especially for our food distribution work, and the board was behind it at that time. They continue to be. They're excited about this project as well, just as our staff are. And I think our customers are too. Just being able to provide a higher level of service is always exciting for individuals, regardless of what that service may be.
Eventually, the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council, all of their operations will be located here in the old C&O Nursery building on North Wenatchee Avenue. Right now, they're still working on the food distribution aspect of it. You have all of this square feet. And the amazing thing is, even though you're moving into an already existing building, you couldn't have asked for a better building anywhere in North Central Washington to do what you need to do. This place is perfect.
It is perfect. We hear that from our board constantly. We've been hearing that from the contractors that are working here. It's been great with all of our contractors and subcontractors. They say this couldn't be a better fit. And the Snyders were great to work with as well, and they had that vision, I think, for our community too.
How much infrastructure work did you have to do? C&O Nursery was, of course, a nursery. Your biggest infrastructure problems at your old location, that tiny little place with pallets stacked on top of pallets, was refrigeration and freezing.
Yes.
You didn't have much. You had almost nothing at all. Did a nursery already have that, or is that something you had to do from the get-go?
That was something we had to put in. Yes, it was a nursery, and so they did have the entire warehouses were chilled. But that's not what we need. We need more of a controlled environment, especially for a freezer unit. So we had to install freezer units and refrigeration units within the warehouse setting itself. The cooler units that were there have been decommissioned because we don't need to cool the entire warehouse. And then for our dry food storage, we had to reconfigure that space with storage pallet racks and that type of system. And then we've also constructed a food pantry, a community food pantry in there. And so there's a complete building within inside the building. And then we're starting on the commercial kitchen, the community kitchen, which will be another building within the building itself. So the warehouses are huge, but need to be reconfigured to serve the purposes.
But this is going to help you out in any number of ways. And my guess is, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys were bulging at the seam at your old food distribution locator. There was simply no other room. You guys were done. Is this going to allow you to bring in more food, bulk food, in larger amounts and keep them for a longer period of time so you have a little bit more control in that aspect?
It will, and it'll also allow us to be a regional distribution. So our folks to the north, Okanagan County, or to the east into Grant County or South Kittitas County, if they are needing storage space, we'll be able to meet their needs as well without having to build another facility in each location. So we really see this as a region-wide support to the food network.
We're going to take a quick little tour, a video tour, and as you watch it on TV, talk about what we're going to see compared to where we were last summer when we paid you a visit.
Yes.
Give us a little juxtaposition.
So last summer it was kind of a big open warehouse that the food operations are in now. Now you'll see the cooler and freezer up and running. The food pantry is very close to being done. It's all, they were in there painting yesterday, so that's an indication how close it is being approached. And then the space for the commercial kitchen is still raw space. We'll be starting on that hopefully here, probably be the next couple of months, just getting through permitting and all that kind of fun stuff.
Has it been is it a lot of governmental red tape, or the folks who have to make these decisions been pretty good to work with?
They've been pretty good to work with, yes. There's lots of nuances when you go to repurpose a building, if you will. So there were things that we encountered that were a little bit of surprise, and getting permits and working through those little nuances. But we got through it, and we continue to work through it. So.
What happens to the old place on Lewis Street where your offices actually are?
Yeah.
What happens to that now? Is that on the block? Is that going to go into the coffers once it sells? Talk about that.
Yes, so that'll be the last space that we move out of from an operations standpoint, and we do have an interested buyer for that property, so we'll put it on the market, so to speak. If the buyer comes through, we won't need to literally do that, but we'll be selling that property.
That's a huge relief for you, because I know when we talked about it before, you go, I don't know how we're going to sell this building on Lewis Street. It may be there a while, but that's really good news.
It's really good news. It's a piece of property that's uniquely situated and zoned, and so how the city has that particular parcel zoned makes it a unique from a sale perspective, and you got to find the right party, interested party, I guess I should say. Yes.
You outgrew your offices on Lewis Street. You outgrew your distribution facility down there by Denny's in that area. Is this going to suit the need of Chelan Douglas Community Action Council for this new campus? You have all the room in the world to grow now. The need isn't going to get less. We just talked about that. It's always going to grow. But now you got all the elbow space in the world, right?
We do. We really see this as the next 50 years of Community Action Council. We're celebrating 58 years. We just did that last month, 58 years of serving the community, and we see this as the next 50 years right here.
Let's go bowling.
Let's go, yes.
Talk
There's
about
plenty of
that.
room to go bowling. Yes. Yeah.
Don't you have a fundraiser
skating,
coming up?
Bowling. Oh, that kind of bowling. Yeah, let's go bowling. Empty Bowls is coming up January 20th. We'll be down at Pybus Market from noon to 3 p.m. Opportunity for people to come in, purchase their bowl for $10, and we provide all of the paints. You decorate it how you want to, and then we'll take it away and fire it and seal it and bring it back to you, and it's a very usable bowl, but it's a reminder that not everybody's bowl is full.
But it sends a very powerful message, and it's also really taken off.
It has, and this year we'll have the top 10 Apple Blossom Royalty will be down there. It's one of the events, part of their schedule leading up to their crowning there in February.
Wow, that's February 10th, I believe, is the Royalty
February
Selection
10th,
event.
yeah.
Anything else that's on your mind while we have you here, Alan? Because this is a rare treat. I got you here.
Yeah, our capital campaign, we're still pushing that. We've raised $5.6 million. We need about another $1 million to completely finish this project. We can't slow down, so we're still pushing to raise that final $1 million.
Alan Walker, the Executive Director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Let's make this, say, like a quarterly visit. Maybe every quarter we'll come down and do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, we'll get you on TV one more time for the big Empty Bowls deal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's a cool thing.
It is. It is. January 20th.
January 20th at the local Televent Center at the Pybus Public Market.
Yes.
If you don't say that, I get in trouble. Alan Walker, the Executive Director of the Community Action Council, and we will be right back.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Well, Happy New Year from the NCW Life Channel, and our sports department gets busy after the new year coming up on Friday as the Wenatchee Panthers play host to the Davis Pirates. Grant Olson will be courtside for all the play-by-play at Wenatchee High School, with the girls starting at 5:30, streamed live on Facebook. The boys will follow at 7 o'clock, both on TV and Facebook. Again, that's Wenatchee and Davis coming up Friday from Wenatchee High School. Be sure and join us for all the play-by-play action here on the NCW Life Channel.
All right, we are back. There is a lot of weather to talk about, but before we get to that, it's Shop Talk. Programming reminder, it's that time of the year again. Going to be a busy couple of days for the crew here at the NCW Life Channel. It starts tonight at 5:30 at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. It is the Get to Know You portion of the candidates. There's about close to 30 senior girls from the Eastmont and Wenatchee school districts, and they will be at the Numerica Performing Arts Center at 5:30 tonight, giving their speeches to 5 out-of-town judges. There's some Q&A involved. This is 20% of the scoring as I get into the whittling it down to the top 10. So, and this will be on our Facebook page tonight at 5:30. If you can't make it to the Numerica Performing Arts Center, you can watch the live stream on our NCW Live Facebook page for the Getting to Know You part. And then tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., it is speech making time. Again, at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, all the girls who are vying for the top 10 will give their speeches. They're only about 3 minutes long. Same group of 5 out-of-town judges. And that part, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., the speech part of it is 80% of their final score. That will be live on our Facebook page, again, beginning at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, again, on our Facebook page. It is the announcement, the top 10 finalists who will vie for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court, and the big night itself, Saturday, February 10th, again at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and that, the actual pageant, will be broadcast live right here on the NCW Life Channel. So again, speeches tonight at 5:30 at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, speeches tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and the top 10 announcement tomorrow night at the Performing Arts Center. All of those events will be streaming live on our Facebook page. Let's talk about the weather. Big changes coming. First of all, absolutely tons of snow coming to the mountain passes. A blizzard warning. We don't get these too often because not only is it going to snow, it's going to get really windy, heavy mountain snow. It's already begun right now. Check this out. According to the National Weather Service, Stevens Pass is going to get 26 to 48 inches of snow between tonight and Wednesday night. That's just Stevens, close to that on I-90, not as much in Blewett, but it's just going to be miserable driving over the mountain passes today, tomorrow, Wednesday, really right on into Thursday. As far as snowfall totals are concerned, take a look at this, where you live. Again, look at all that snow that's going to come down to the mountain passes. Most of it will be relegated to the mountain passes. We could get a couple of inches of snow through Tuesday, we shall see. It's also going to get very warm for one more day. It's going to be cold today. It's going to be warm tomorrow. Not bad Wednesday, and then really, really cold and very windy tomorrow as this system barrels in. These are your peak wind gusts. As you can see with the Wenatchee Valley, close to 50 miles an hour. In fact, we can see wind gusts tomorrow afternoon into Tuesday night over 50 miles an hour, and that's just here in Wenatchee. Get ready for some big time wind, especially tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. From the National Weather Service, there is a lot to talk about, so here you go. Light snow today, less than an inch, we think. Our high of about 32, which is just about normal, so we're finally going to have some cooler weather, but it ain't going to last very long. Snow level goes all the way up to about 3,000 feet tonight, so heavy snow in the passes, nothing down here. As you can see, very little temperature variation. Tomorrow, probably rain because the snow level is going to be well above the Wenatchee Valley. Also, some warm air coming in with that strong, strong winds. Very, very windy. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, into early Wednesday morning. A little bit of a breather Wednesday, and then here comes the Arctic air. It's going to seep down from British Columbia, and we are going to get downright cold. Look at the overnight low. Thursday night into Friday, we're going to dip down to 8. Friday night into Saturday, -2. And that's it for us. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
A life that feels good, because after all, that's what we all want. We just want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show, we're visiting with a local entrepreneur, a real estate magician and visionary. And I mean that seriously. This guy has put in the years. Mr. Russ McClellan consistently is able to see opportunities and ways of structuring deals